show ba or nadidistinguish mo ba yung current and non-current? So, under your assets, we have your current assets, which is, ito yung mabilis ma-replenish. Yung napapalitin siya within 1 month, such as your cash equivalent, your marketable securities, your trade securities. Yan yung mga common na kasama sa statement of financial position mo under your current asset. How about naman yung non-current asset? So sa non-current asset, kabilang dito yung mga machineries, equipments mo, furnitures and fixtures, kasama din dito yung mga intangible assets mo. Okay? Kasama dito si land, kasama dito si building. So commonly, ang hindi nag-depreciate sa kanila is si land. And the rest of your the rest of your non-current asset is tumatagal siya ng more than 1 year. But the thing is, bumababa yung value niya or nagde-depreciate siya from time to time. Okay? So yun yung nangyayari sa ating statement of financial position. Sa kabilang side naman, makikita natin commonly si liabilities at si equity. Okay? Si liabilities at si equity. Ay, balikan na pala natin sa intangible asset. Okay? Doon sa part ng ating asset, andun si intangible assets. At ano si intangible assets? It's the intangible assets are your intellectual properties. They earned or isang bagsakan siya or malakihan yung gasto sa kanya, but it can be useful for the business for 10 to 15 years and then you will be having to renew it. Okay? Yung kanyang property owned or yung kanyang entitlement sa iyong intangible asset. So, kagaya ng ang asset kasi, ito yung tumutulong para kumita ka or ito yung nakakapagbigay para kumita ka. While yung intangible assets naman, kahit hindi mo siya pakialaman, kumikita siya. For example, yung mga franchise mo, you are selling the capability to use the name of the business. Okay? Pero you will not do anything and kumikita na siya. It's already earning. Okay? Yung kagaya ng trademarks. Okay? Yung trademarks, ipinapagamit mo sa, or may gumagamit, babayaran kanila for using the trademarks. Also, yung sa copyrights. Once you publish the book, you already have your copyrights. And kapag may gumaya dyan and walang proper na recognition sa personal or dun sa taong gumawa niyan before, pwede mo siyang kasuhan. And you are earning kapag ginamit naman nila. Okay? Next, punta ulit tayo sa liabilities. It is something that the company owns. So it can also be distinguished as your current and your non-current liabilities. Okay? Again, it can also distinguish in your current or current or non-current liabilities. So ito yung mga pautang natin. So ano ba yung mga dalas na nandyan? So number 1 is your accounts payable. Number 2, andyan si notes payable mo. Ma'am, yung accounts payable mo ba, tsaka notes payable mo, yan ba ay current or non-current? It can be both current or non-current. It depends upon kung how long your account is or yung pautang mo sa kanila. Same as with your accounts receivable and your notes receivable. How about bond payable and bonds receivable? Are they both, pwede ba silang maging current or pwede ba silang non-current? So, bonds receivable and bonds payable are both non-current. Okay? Kasi it commonly tumatagal yan 10 to 15 years to 25 years pa nga yung mga bonds payable na yan. Next, we also have dividends payable, salary payable, tax payables. And those three are commonly is under current payables or current liabilities. Next, ano naman yung kasama sa equity na katapat niya? So basically yung asset tsaka yung asset or pinakikita pa rin natin sa statement of financial position yung balanse ng ating basic accounting equation. Okay? So, ang pinakadulo sa kanila is yung owner's equity. Sa owner's equity, dun mo makikita yung capital or maaaring yung purchase dividends ng isang ng company, both preferred stocks and preferred stocks and your common stocks. Diyan din nakikita yung mga retained earnings mo, both yung distributed or allotted na ba siya or unallotted. Nandyan din yung mga income mo for the current year and of course your withdrawals. Okay? So yun yung sa statement of financial position. Next, punta tayo sa statement of comprehensive income. Ano naman yung makikita natin sa SEI natin? Makikita natin commonly sa SEI natin, we have your income or your sales. Okay? We have your sales or your revenue or service revenue. And then after that is the cost of sales or the cost of service. Okay? And then you will be having your gross profit. And ano pa yung makikita natin aside from those? Makikita din natin yung operating and admin expenses that we have. At yun yung sasabihin natin na income before tax. That's the common format or yung common na proforma ng ating statement of comprehensive income. And then followed by your tax expense and then pwede na natin makuha si net loss or si net income. Next. Again, ang nakalagay sa comprehensive income ay binubuo ng sales or service revenue and then expense. Next would be our statement of changes in owner's equity. Okay? Changes in owner's equity, commonly nagsisimula siya sa beginning capital of the year and then additional investments or additional capital and then followed by your additional income and then less mo yung losses if there is any losses and then you will be getting your ending capital. Okay? Yun yung sa inyong statement of changes in owner's equity. Lastly would be your cash flow. Mamaya na natin i-discuss si cash flow. Okay? Si notes naman, andyan yung mga activities that was being on the transactions na hindi mailalagay doon sa ating unang apat na financial statements. Okay? So, yan yung bumubuo sa PAS number 1 and how you will be presenting it. Ano yung mga methods na gagamitin mo. So, yan yung contents or complete set of your financial statements. Tapos na ako dyan. Yung mga sinasabi ko sa inyo, ito lang yung commonly na makikita nyo din sa bakit yung iba nilalaktawan ko na, yung mga binabanggit ko kanina, yun yung mga makikita nyo sa inyong qualifying exam. Kasi na-discuss na naman natin halos lahat to karaniwan or na-discuss na natin siya during our classes. Yung tinatopic ko na lang or yung mga binabanggit ko na lang are those important notes that you have to remember kasi sila yung mga kasama sa qualifying exam. So kung may mga hindi na akong ibinabanggit na nandyan sa PowerPoint, hindi siya kasama sa quali or na-discuss na natin before. Okay? Wala ako. Ayan. Next, PAS number 2 which is inventories. Yung inventories, of course, kasama siya sa iyong current assets. Okay? So, meron tayong iba't ibang distinction ng inyong assets. So, number 1, we have your held for sale in ordinary course of businesses or yung ating tinatawag na finished goods. Diba meron tayong tatlong recognition or tatlong pagkakakailanlan sa inventories mo. We have your raw materials. Number 2 is yung work in process mo. And then number 3 is yung finished goods mo. So yung inventories under number 1 are yung mga held for sale, which is yung mga finished goods mo or yung natapos mo ng materials. Next, number 2 are those in process on the production or yung tinatawag nating work in process. So kapag kinumpute ba natin or tiningnan natin yung expense niya at pinagbasihan natin siya, magkakaiba ba sila ng amount or hindi? Magkakaiba sila ng amount. Okay? Bakit? Kasi iba na yung price ng finished goods kasi may mga ginamit ka na dyan na pang wrapper or yung packaging mo. While dun sa number 2 on work in process, your raw materials and plus the cost of creating the product. So, yun yung naidagdag. While dun sa number 1, i-add mo na lang yung additional cost pa after you prepared the product. Okay? Then, the number 3 is the form of materials or supplies that consumed in the production. So, these are your raw materials. Okay, so ito yung tatlong distinction ng iyong raw materials. So we have your measurements. So inventories are measured in the lower cost of the net realizable buyer value or your NRV. Yan yung ginagamit natin na measurement. So pagdating sa costing, so the cost formulas, so it signifies the identification. So it shall be used for inventories that are not in the ordinary course, okay, of selling, or hindi siya yung nasa ordinary course of interchanging. So for example, hindi naman talaga siya yung ibinebenta mo. Okay? For example, 'di ba? Ang negosyo mo is car dealer ka. Ano yung inventories mo? Kapag may car shop ka, ano yung inventories mo? Ang inventories mo ba ay cars or yung mga cars na yon ay non-current asset mo? Parang gusto magtawag. Can you consider your cars na inventories? Yes or no? So, dahil nga car dealership ka, you will be considering your cars or yung cars na nasa shop mo na inventories. Pero kapag ang ibinenta ko sa business ko is computer, so that is not on the ordinary course of my business. So, yun yung hindi kasali dito. Okay? So, number 2, we have your FIFO. When we say FIFO, first in, first out. Okay? Para yung cost natin, so for example, way back 2020, nagmahal si presyo ng sibuyas. Okay? Yung presyo ng sibuyas natin noon, nung umpisa, nung pumutok pa lang yung news about sa pagmahal ng sibuyas, may mabibilhan ka pa ng mura. Meron ka pa mabibili na 60 pesos per kilo. Pero nung naubos yung supply na yon, pumalo siya ng 600 pesos. Okay? So, what did the people do? They changed to, they opt to purchase sibuyas. Ang binili nila is the onion powder. Okay? So, you have to remember that. Paano naman yung mga business na kagaya nung sa sile? Okay? During that time, tumaas din yung kilo ng sile dahil nagkaroon or naubusan ng or naubos yung number of sile or walang supply ng sile. So, ang nangyari sa kanila noon, inubos nila yung mga products nila noon, and then afterwards, dinagdagan nila yung expense nila when it comes to sile na nag-result sa kanila ng losses. Okay? Next, we also have your weighted average cost. So, the weighted average cost is computed as TIGAS in pesos divided by TIGAS in units, or total, yan yung formula natin for the general or for our weighted average cost. So, as far as I remember, I already taught you how to compute that one. Okay? Hindi ko na ito di-discuss. Okay. Okay pa ba kayo? Okay pa kayo? Okay pa kayo? Okay, sige. Yeah. Get a pen and a paper first before I continue on the discussion of this one. Okay, I'll dictate something and then you will be computing it. Okay? Again, I will be dictating something and you will be computing it habang nagdi-discuss ako. So, I have here a 10 or meron ako ditong 10 transactions. Anong gagawin mo? Number 1, you have to identify it. Kung ito ba ay nakaka-apekto sa cash flow mo. And then number 2, ano bang activities siya kung ito ay nakaka-apekto sa iyong cash flow. Nakuha ba yung instruction? Again, number 1, you have to tell me kung ito ba ay nakaka-apekto sa iyong cash flow. Number 2, kung nakaka-apekto ito sa iyong cash flow, under what activity siya? Okay. Number 1, the owner invests $10,000 on the business. Again, number 1, the owner invests $10,000 on the business. Number 2, you purchased a laundry equipment on credit worth 1,250 pesos dollars. Again, you purchased a laundry equipment on credit worth $1,250. Number 3, paid advertisement services worth $190. Again, worth $190. Number 4, receive $1,500 for a laundry service. Receive $1,500 for a laundry service. Next, paid rent for the month. Paid rent for the month worth $400. Worth $400. Again, you paid rent for the month worth $400. Next, number ano na? You can unmute.
6 po, 6.
Number 6, purchase laundry supplies on cash worth $500. Purchase laundry supplies for $500. Number 7, provide laundry service for a customer worth $500,000. Worth $500,000. Half of it was paid, and the other half would be paid at the end of the month. Again, provided a laundry service to a customer worth $5,000. Half of it was paid on cash, and half will be paid at the end of the month.
Hello ma'am, sorry. 500,000 po, sorry po.
$5,000.
5,000 na po, sige po. Thank you.
Yeah. Number 9. Tama ba?
8 po.
Number 8.
8 po.
Okay. Number 8. Paid half of the amount on transaction 2. Paid half of the amount on the transaction number 2. Number 9, paid utility bills. Paid utility bills worth $175. Paid $175 for utility bills.
Magkano po ulit?
$175. Okay na? Number 10. Number 10. Receive $1,250 as initial payment from transaction number 7. Wala pa magsasend sa comment section, ha? Hindi ko pa kayo pinagsasend. Kalma nyo, mamaya ako magpapasend sa inyo, ha? Okay. Let's do the discussion. So, as far as I remember, dito maraming bumagsak noong prelim exam. At dito din ito sa focus sa qualifying exam nyo. Tatlo yung tanong or tatlong problems yung para sa statement of cash flows. So, kapag sinabi kasi natin statement of cash flow, may kinalaman si cash. Kailangan nagagalaw si cash. Okay? Nababawasan yung cash or nadadagdagan. Okay? So, kapag sinabi natin cash inflow, nadadagdagan yung cash sa loob ng business. Kapag sinabi naman natin cash outflow, nababawasan yung cash natin because we purchased something, we invested in something, yun yung ating statement or yung ating cash flow. Ba't ko magalaw? Okay? So, meron tayong tatlong activities under your cash flow. Again, meron tayong tatlong activities under cash flow. Yung number 1 is yung operating activities. So, operating activities, madali lang tandaan yan. It includes the transaction for your incomes and for your expense. Again, it also determines your profit and loss statement. Nakakapagbigay siya ng information sa iyong financial or sa iyong statement of comprehensive income. Okay? So, operating expense, your incomes, and your expenses. Pagdating naman sa investing activities, ano yung common na makikita mo dyan? Sa investing activities, ang common na makikita mo dyan are your purchase or selling of your non-current assets. Again, non-current assets. Okay? So, yan yung common na makikita mo sa investing activities. Yung pagbili mo ng long-term na mga investments, kasama yan dyan. Ano naman yan sa financing? Sa financing, it involves the capital, the withdrawals, and the notes. Okay? Again, sa financing, it involves your capital, your withdrawal, and your notes. Okay. Now, I'll give you 3 minutes to identify those 10 transactions. After 3 minutes, write your answer. For example, number 1, yung does it affect? Yes or no? Hanggang 1 to 10. And then another 10 kung ano yung mga activities under doon sa nauna yung yes or no. Okay, your 3 minutes starts now. Last 2 minutes. Last 30 seconds. Last 30 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Time's up. Okay, number 1. Ano yung number 1 natin? Nagbigay daw ng capital si owner. May effect ba siya or wala?
Yes, ma'am.
Is
Financing.
there an effect or none? So there is an effect. Okay? So there is an effect. So under what siya? Operating, financing, or investing?
Financing.
It is under financing. Kasi ano nga yung nasa financing? Ang nasa financing ay yung transactions that involves your capital. Okay? Capital, withdrawal, and expenses. Number 2, are there any effect on your financial statements? Or on your cash flow statement, rather?
No po.
Ang nakalagay
No.
is on credit. Okay? So, ang nakalagay is on credit. So, basically, wala wala tayong epekto or hindi natin siya papansinin. So, is there an activity? Meron ba? Meron bang activity? Under dito, kasi nag-purchase daw tayo ng non-current asset. Is there an activity?
No, ma'am.
No activity po.
There is no activity. Bakit walang activity? Kasi hindi naman apektuhan yung cash mo. Okay? So, you have to remember that. So, ano yung transaction number 3 natin? Tungkol saan yung transaction number 3? You had, nagkaroon ka ng, or nagbayad ka ng advertising or ng advertisement. Ayan ba? Naka-apekto ba yan sa iyong cash flow or not? So, basically, hindi siya, naka-apekto siya sa iyong financial or sa iyong cash flow statement. So, yan ay under operating activities. Bakit siya operating? Kasi under siya ng expense. Okay? Gumastos ka para bayadan yung advertising expense mo. Next. Naka-receive ka daw ng $1,500. Dahil naka-receive ka ng $1,500, ano yan? Naka-apekto ba yan or not?
Naka-affect po.
Yes, ma'am.
Naka-affect. So, under saan siya? Operating, financing, or with investing? It is
Operating.
under operating activities. Okay? So, cash inflow or cash outflow?
Inflow.
Cash
Inflow.
Oh, next, ano yung transaction number 4? Ay, number 5, brother. So, nagbayad ka daw ng renta. Nagbayad ka ng renta. So, it is another expense. At kapag expense, saan natin siya nilalagay? Sa
Operating.
Operating.
Okay? Napupunta siya sa ating operating expense. Okay? So, anong gagawin natin dyan? Cash inflow yan or cash outflow? Cash
Outflow.
outflow. Okay, next. Dahil may cash outflow ka ulit, ano yung kasunod? Nasaan na yung aking copy?
Purchase laundry supplies.
Number 6 ay
Purchase laundry supplies.
laundry supplies. Ngayon, ang tanong, ang laundry supplies ba current or non-current?
And
Current, ma'am.
Current.
Current asset. Bakit mo siya
Alright.
tinatanong? Bakit tinatanong ko kung current or non-current siya? Kasi naglabas ka dito ng cash. Okay? At kung current siya, saan siya mapupunta?
Operating.
Sa operating. Pero
Operating.
kung binayaran mo ay non-current, saan siya mapupunta?
Investing po.
Investing activities. Wow! Gumagaling ah. Next. So again, cash inflow or cash outflow?
Cash
You
outflow.
purchase and
Outflow
supply.
po.
Outflow.
Cash outflow. Next. Number 7. Ano yung number 7 natin? Nagkaroon daw tayo ng customer. Yung customer natin, nagpalabas sa atin worth $5,000. Diba? Yung $5,000, binayaran ka ba ng cash?
Kalahati lang.
Kalahati. So may effect o wala?
Meron po, ma'am.
Meron. Okay? Kahit kalahati lang yung binayad sa'yo, may epekto pa rin sa cash flow mo. Cash inflow or cash outflow?
Cash flow po.
Cash inflow.
Inflow.
Ang tanong, operating, investing, or financing?
Operating.
Operating activities. Next. Ano yung number 8 natin? Nagbayad ka daw doon sa transaction number 2 mo. Okay? Magkano yung binayad mo sa transaction number 2 ay sa day 8 mo? Or sa transaction number 8 mo?
1/2 of the amount.
O half of the amount. So magkano yung half of the amount?
625.
625
Outflow.
peso ay dollars. Ang tanong, saan siya? Financing, investing, or operating?
Investing.
Investing.
It is
Investing.
investing. Bakit siya investing? Kahit na nagbayad ka.
Investment po.
Kasi
Non-current.
you purchase non-current asset. Okay? Nakakasunod ba? So,
Yes.
cash inflow or cash outflow?
Outflow po.
Ang question, may utang ka pa ba?
Yes po,
Yes.
kalahati.
Meron pa.
Meron pa
Kalahati
po.
pa. Okay? Number ano na yon?
8.
Number 8. Ano yung number 9? Nagbayad ka daw ng utility bills. Yung transaction na yon, ano yung magiging financial, ano yung magiging ano niya? Journal entry niya.
Utility expense.
Debit,
Utility
utility expense, credit,
Credit.
cash. Ang tanong, operating, investing, or financing?
Investing.
Operating.
Operating.
Nagsabi ng investing.
ma'am.
Sino nagsabi ng investing? Ipapatumba na natin. Okay, the correct answer is operating. Bakit? Kasi it is an expense. Okay?
Expense.
Cash inflow, cash outflow.
Outflow
Cash
po.
outflow. Next, yung number 10. Binayaran ka daw ng how much? Half. Noong?
1 to 50.
Ng 1 to 50 noong? Nino? Nung transaction number? Number 7 mo. So, 1 to 50 ang ibinayad sa'yo. So, cash inflow, cash outflow. Cash inflow. Tanong, investing, operating, or financing?
Operating.
Operating.
Now, yung natitirang utang sa'yo, investing or operating kapag binayaran ka?
Investing, ma'am.
Investing po.
Notes yan.
Operating pa din.
Operating po.
Operating pa rin. Bakit? Kasi service revenue mo pa rin siya. 'Di ba? Kinita mo pa rin siya because of saan siya papasok, 'di ba? Sa SCI mo. 'Di ba? Doon pa rin siya papasok. So, within the month naman daw eh. Within the end of the month or at the end of the month yung payment. Ang tanong, end of the month na ba? Hindi pa naman. It's just na nagbayad siya ng mas maaga. Okay? Mas nagbayad siya ng maaga. Now the question, makukompute ba natin yung total cash flow mo? Statement of cash flow mo, makukompute ba natin without using or without preparing a journal entry? Yes or no? With just the given data earlier, can you compute your cash flow?
Yes.
Yes or no? Yes. Now, I want you to compute your cash flow. How much is your total cash flow?
Ma'am, question lang po, ano po ulit yung transaction number 8?
Transaction number 8, you paid transaction number 2.5. Oh, wag kang maging abangers lang dun sa ating chat box kasi yung ibang classmates mo or yung ibang kasabay mo na nagre-review, mali din yung sagot nila. Okay? Mas maganda pa rin na ikaw yung nagko-compute ng sarili mo. Okay? Para sigurado kung mali man yan or tama man yan, walang sisihan. 'Di ba? Kamag-alala, may isa pa. Pagkatapos niyan, I came prepared. I would like to acknowledge the presence of one of our CBA professor, Mr. RJ Nalindig. Hi, sir. Isa sa pinakagwapong prof ng CBA. Hello po, sir. Thank you for coming. Yung ibang hindi nagko-compute dyan, siguro hindi alam kung paano mag-compute, no? Sorry, magkano nga yung sinabi kong supplies? Everyone?
500 po.
Yung purchase laundry supplies po, 400 po sa akin.
Ha?
500.
Hello, may 500 yun, nakita ko na. Ang 400 ay yung rent.
Yes po.
Okay na? Okay na kayo, madlang people?
Hindi pa.
Hindi pa. Okay pa kayo, ha? Kalma niyo lang. Huwag kayo mag-alala. 5, 4, 3, 2,
Ma'am, excuse me ulit.
po.
Rinig niyo po, ma'am.
Yes po, yes po.
Ma'am, gusto ko lang po sana i-acknowledge po yung presence po ni Sir Jason Dalig po. Thank you po for coming our visit po, sir.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Isa sa pinakagwapo at pinakamabait na prof ng CBA. Okay na? May final answer na ba? Okay. The time is up. So the correct answer is 13,360. Okay? So yun yung ating sagot. Next! Isang problem pa. Alam mo, doon na natatapos yun. May isang problem pa. Okay. Ready? Take down your notes. Again, take down notes. Number 1, the owner invests $15,000. Again, $15,000. Next. Number 2, paid salaries. $15,000, anak. $15,000. Next, paid employees, $475. $475. Again, paid salaries of the employees, $475. Next, purchase additional equipment on cash worth $1,725. $1,725. Next, purchased marketable securities, purchase a marketable securities or or short-term investment worth $2,250. $2,250. Next, receive payment from a client worth $1,750. Worth $1,750. Next, did a service or laundry service for a client. Did a laundry service for a client worth $2,575, which $1,750 was paid in cash, and the remaining is on account. Pang-ilan na yung susunod?
Ma'am, excuse. Pwede po pa
Po.
ulit?
Okay. Did a laundry service for a client worth $2,575, which $1,750 was paid on cash, and the remaining will be on account. Number ano na na?
7.
7 po.
Next. Purchase office supplies. Again, purchase office supplies worth $438. Next. Receive a loan. Receive a loan from the bank in return of a note worth 3,780. Again, receive a loan from the bank in return of a note worth $3,780. Number 9. MAB Laundry Shop. MAB Laundry Shop had a partnership with Sogo Hotel. MAB Laundry Shop had a partnership with Sogo Hotel. Done? Next. The owner withdrew $699. Again, the owner withdrew $699. You have 3 minutes to identify if it has effect on the transaction. After that, identify what activity and if it is a cash inflow or cash outflow. Your 3 minutes starts now. Parang pati yung mga host totoong nagpo-compute ah. Totoo ba yan? Alam ko third year, di ba? Meron din kayong topic. I don't know which subject ng cash flow. Intermed ata yun. Kung may third year man dito. Kasi may nanghingi sa akin ng mga transaction para gawin niya daw activity eh. Last 2 minutes. Last 2 minutes. Last 1 minute. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Time's up. Okay. Let's discuss it. Saan na siya? Whew. So, yung unang transaction natin, so nagbigay ng 15,000 si owner. Cash inflow, cash outflow, or does it affect your your cash flow statement? It
Cash inflow po. Tas
cash
may-
inflow, ito ay
May-
nakaka-apekto, and then saan siya? Financing, investing, or financing, yeah.
Financing po.
Okay. Financing
Financing po.
activities. Next. You have your salaries. You paid salaries. May epekto, wala?
Yes, may
Meron.
effect po.
Meron
Operating.
po.
Yes po. May effect. Operating activities. Next. Purchase laundry equipment. Ano siya? Nakaka-apekto or not?
May effect po siya, ma'am, kasi nagbayad
May
ng pa.
effect?
Yes po, ma'am.
Investing, operating, or financing?
Investing.
Investing po.
May narinig ako kaninang operating. It is investing. Why? Because it is a laundry equipment. And laundry equipment is
Non-current assets.
asset. Eto. Ano kaya sinagot ng lahat dito? You purchased a marketable security na short term. Does it affect your cash flow?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Outflow.
Cash inflow or cash outflow?
Outflows.
Cash outflow.
Yes.
What activity?
Investing.
Operating.
Investment.
Investing activities.
Financing.
Ha? Ulit.
Investing mo.
Investing, ma'am.
Painting, ma'am.
Ano?
po.
Painting.
Ano ang mga accounts na under ng investing?
Non-current account.
Non-current
Marketable
assets and other
securities, saka
investments.
investments po.
Ang tanong, ang marketable security by investment,
Yes, ma'am.
Investment
Yes.
siya. Yes. Ang tanong, current, non-current, short term or long term?
Sure.
Short term.
Short term.
So, kailan natin makukuha yung income dyan? Within the
Within the
year.
operating period.
It does, period.
So, again, saan natin siya makikita? Saan activity siya?
Operating.
Rating.
Operating po.
It is under operating. Next! Number ano na tayo na? 1, 2, 3, 4.
5 po. 5.
5. Number 5. You render day service worth 1,750. Operating, investing, or what?
Operating.
Operating.
Operating, cash inflow or cash outflow?
Cash
In-
inflow po.
Cash inflow. Next, you purchase, meron tayong another service rendered. How much yung ating service rendered? 575. Pero magkano lang yung naka-apekto sa ating cash flow? Or nakaka-apekto ba siya?
Yes, ma'am.
1,750.
1,750. Inflow or outflow?
Inflow.
Flow. Now, operating, investing, or financing?
Operating po.
Operating activities. Next, you purchased office supplies in cash.
Operating.
$438.
Outflow and operating po.
Outflow and operating. Next, receive a loan from a bank.
Inflow ka.
Inflow or outflow?
Finance.
Financing.
It is under financing. Okay? Next. Ano na ba yung kasunod? You had a partnership with Sogo Hotel.
No effect po. No effect.
No effect.
No.
No effect, no
No effect.
activity. Okay? Number 20. The owner withdrew $699.
Financing po.
Financing
Outflow.
activity. Okay? Paki-compute ako how much is your total cash outflow.
Ma'am, pwede po magtanong yung about
Yes
po
po.
sa magkano po ulit yung unang binaya dun po sa paid service po?
Ano pong transaction yon? Ano pong transaction?
Number 6 po. If,
1,750 anak. 1,750.
thank you po.
Ma'am, outflows lang po ba kailangan?
Ha? How much is
Outflow
your
lang.
Hindi, kung magkano na yung total ano mo?
Okay, ma'am.
Tapos na? Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So the answer is 14,953. 14,953. Okay? So tatandaan ninyo, yung sa cash flow, 'di ba? May mga pin-purchase tayo dyan. Kailangan magre-reflect yan sa SCI ninyo at saka sa inyong statement of financial position. Ano yung magre-reflect sa statement of financial position nyo? Yung mga asset na binayaran mo dyan. Yung mga pin-purchase mo using your cash. Okay? Ano naman yung magre-reflect dyan sa iyong SCI? Ang magre-reflect naman dyan sa SCI mo when it comes to sa inyong cash flow statements are those incomes or revenues that you have and also your expenses. Okay? So yan yung madalas or makikita ninyo doon sa inyong financial statements. Okay. Now, let's move on. May tanong ba sa cash flow? Ay, mamaya na pala yung tanong. Okay? So, again, tandaan nyo yung mga sinabi ko sa inyo dito about sa cash flow at kung paano natin siya ginawa kanina. Next, PAS number 8, which is your accounting policies, changes in accounting estimation and errors. Okay? So ito yung kung paano or this prescribes the criteria for selecting, involving, and changing accounting policies and the accounting and the disclosure of the changes in accounting policies, changes in accounting estimates, and corrections of errors prior to period errors. So for example, you will be doing adjustments because instead na may nagbayad sa'yo, okay, hindi nakapagbayad sa'yo at the end of the year, hindi ka pa naman nakakapag-finalize ng SS mo. Instead na in the next year mo siya na payment, pasok naman yung payment due date niya doon sa December 31, nagbayad nga lang siya ng January 3 sa'yo, pwede mo siyang ipasok sa PAS number 8. Additionally, yung mga changes or errors because of dates or typographical or mathematical error. So, papasok din siya kay PAS number 8. So, for example, instead na 3 yung ilalagay mo, okay? Ang naipindot mo ay number 8 dahil magkahawig sila. O kaya, number 3 yung nailagay mo instead of 8 kasi pangit yung nagsulat dun sa bookkeeper, yung bookkeeper ninyo, pangit yung sulat. So, it is an error. Next is yung changes naman sa accounting policies ninyo. It can be changed as long as you will be or susundin mo yung mga policies na ibinigay or yung pinaka-prerequisites niya. Okay? It requires consistent selection in the application of the accounting policies. So, number 1, is it required by the PFRS for you to change your policies? If it is yes, then we can consider that. Okay? We can do the changes. Next, does it results for more reliable information and relevant information? Mas mapapabuti ba nito yung financial statements mo? And you will have to do the format na kinakailangan. Okay? So, yun yung sa changes in accounting policies. Okay? This one is also a question. So, if financial statements do not comply with PFRS if it contains either material errors or immaterial errors made internally to achieve a particular transactions of an entity's financial position, financial performance, or cash flow. So the types of your errors according to the periods of occurrences are follows. So the first one is your current period error, or yung current na accounting period mo. For example, January 1 to December 31, 2024. So yan yung current period mo. While naman yung prior period errors mo is from last year. Okay? So, yan yung sa errors. Again, clerical error, mathematical error, pumapasok siya dyan. Events after reporting period, you do have adjustings. Okay? You have you'll do adjusting entries or adjusting prior the event. So, kagaya nga ng example ko kanina, nadugtong siya noong, ang due date mo is December 17. Okay? Yung due date ng payable mo is December 17. Pero nagbayad ka ng January 7. Okay? Papasok siya doon or magkakaroon ka ng adjusting kasi nagbayad ka naman within sa paggawa mo ng financial reports. Okay? Papasok pa siya. Hanggang hindi pa na i-finalize yung iyong financial reports. Once na ito ay na-finalize na, on the next period mo na siya i-record. Okay? Yung payments mo. So, yun yung sa adjusted. Okay? So, yung sa non-adjusted mo, halimbawa, you do a merging. And it doesn't affect any of your financial statements. Wala namang naapektuhan sa iyong mga financial statements. So, you'll just do a no. Okay? Samantalang yun sa adjusting, may nagawalaw doon sa economic data mo, such as your asset, your liabilities, and your liabilities and your equity. Again, for example, nabawasan yung asset mo ng 500,000 kasi nagbayad ka. O kaya naman nadagdagan yung asset mo ng 500,000. So, yun yung sa ating reporting period or yung sa adjusting. As long as the period na dapat mo siyang isi-settle ay within dun sa period of time na January 1 to December 31. Okay? So, yun sa adjusting. Okay. Ay, mali. So, this is another question or activity for you guys. So, sino na kaya yun nangunguna? Okay, pakisagutan. 13 seconds starts now.
Ma'am, nakaharang.
Alin ang nakaharang po? Ay, ito. Ayan.
Ma'am, ikaw daw po yung nakaharang.
Ay, ako yung nakaharang. Saan? Sa screen?
Dun sa
Screen, ma'am.
choice.
Wait lang. Sorry. Wait lang. Ang sakit naman no, naharang lang yung tingin niyo sa akin. Wait. Ayan, hindi na ba ako harang?
Okay na.
Ang sakit at naman nun. Harang pala ako sa paningin niyo. 3, 2, 1. Okay. So, magkano ba yung magiging adjustment niya? So, the answer is... saan na siya? So, the answer is 750. Bakit 750 lang? Bakit hindi 1.5? Bakit hindi 1.5? Kasi 50% lang yung kakayanan no entity. Okay? So, kalahati lang yung 50% lang yung kakayahan pa ng company na bayaran, which is nagkaroon na nga siya ng losses because of the fire. Okay? So, kaya 750 na lang yung magiging adjustment niya. Okay? Next. Okay. So, this is the explanation. Next. So, date of authorization. Kung kailan ipapasa yung inyong financial statement. Okay? So, yan yung date kung kailan ninyo or kailan yung pinaka-submission ng iyong financial statement at hanggang kailan ka pwedeng mag-adjust. Okay? So, yan yung sa PAS number 10. Now, punta na tayo dito. Another computation topic. So, sa PAS number 12, it is all about income taxes. Okay? So, income taxes refers to the taxes that are based on the taxable profits. Okay? So, meron tayong dalawang distinction, your accounting profit or loss and your taxable profit. So, yung una, it was composed or computed using TFRS. Yung isa naman is by tax loss. Anong pinagkaiba nila? Pag kino-compute, meron kasing mga expense na hindi nire-recognize ng or hindi nire-recognize ni tax law. Okay? Meron namang mga profit or losses na kinikilala ni TFRS. Ano yung mga examples na nun? For example, yung mga hindi nagbayad ng utang or yung receivables mo or bad debts. Hindi mo na siya makuha or hindi na siya nababayaran sa iyo. Kay tax law, i-compute mo pa rin siya. It is sale pa rin kay tax law kahit na mabayaran mo siya o hindi. Bakit? Kasi it is a sale. May kinita ka man o wala, may sale ka pa rin. So there's a difference between accounting profit and your taxable profit. So there's pagkakaiba. Okay? So again, the first one is computed as guidelines with the PFRS. At ano yung mga ibang terms na ginagamit sa kanya? Ano yung other terms na ginagamit sa kanya? Pre-tax income. Okay? Financial income and also your accounting income. While naman yung isa is taxable income. So the first one is the total income less total expenses excluding tax. Ito yung nakikita natin ng income before tax. That is your accounting profit. Now, ano naman yung taxable profit or how would you compute it? So, taxable income less taxable deductible expense. Okay? Yung mga lahat ng sales mo na pwedeng taxan and then less mo lang yung mga allowable na expenses mo or yung nire-recognize na expense ng business. Okay. So this is an example. So tax expense or income tax expense. So para makuha natin yung taxable profit natin, again, para makuha natin yung taxable profit natin, so it is accounting profit plus your temporary difference. Para nakukuha yung temporary difference. Ito yung temporary difference na kukuha siya, ito yung distinction or pinagkasobrahan noong inalis na deductions nakita kay account or sa business. So for example, dahil nga may bad debts ka, yung bad debts na account, ilalagay mo siya as temporary difference mo. Isa sa mga components ng temporary difference mo para ma-compute mo yung iyong taxable profit. Okay? So, ang profit mo, for example, is, or ang nabenta mo is worth 1 million pesos. Sa 1 million pesos na yun, meron doon na isang account pautang mo siya, worth 2 million pesos. And yung 2 million pesos na yon ang nabayaran lang is 100,000. And then, you cannot contact or hindi na nagbabayad yung isa. You will be recording that as your bad debts. Okay? And then, bad debts. And then ang mangyayari, yung remaining dun sa amount na yun will be considered as one of your temporary difference. Okay? At kay taxable profit naman yun, isasama mo siya sa accounting profit mo para makuha mo yung taxable profit. Now, paano natin makukuha yung income tax expense mo? On a particular scenario, may binibigay silang tax rate. Okay? And then you have to multiply your accounting profit by your tax rate. Okay? It depends kung magkano yan or ano activity yung ibinigay sa iyo. Okay? For example, like this one, you have an accounting profit of 900,000. Kung ano yung accounting profit tax rate mo, yun din yung magiging tax rate ng temporary difference mo at ng taxable profit mo. Okay? So, again, your accounting profit will be multiplied to your tax rate so that you can get your income tax expense. Again, your accounting profit will be multiplied by your tax rate to get your income tax expense. Sa temporary difference naman, okay? Sa temporary difference naman, it would be temporary difference multiplied by your tax rate para makuha mo yung deferred tax benefit mo. Paano kapag mas malaki si taxable profit kesa kay kay accounting profit mo? Baliktad. Paano kapag mas malaki yung accounting profit mo kesa kay taxable profit mo? So yung temporary difference mo, kapag minultiply mo siya sa tax rate mo, it will be deferred tax expense. Okay? So isusubtract mo siya. Okay? Next, taxable profit times tax rate will be your current tax expense. And then you just have to add it all or i-add mo lang yung income tax expense mo sa deferred tax benefit mo para makuha mo yung current tax expense mo. Basically, kapag minultiply mo tong 1,000 pesos na to by 30%, ito din yung kalalabasan niya. But you just itemize this one. Okay? Example number 1, your accounting profit or your tax rate first is 30%. Again, your tax rate is 30%. Your accounting profit, again, your accounting profit is 5,000 pesos. Again, your accounting profit is 5,000 pesos and your taxable profit is 6,200 pesos. Requirement number 1, look for your temporary difference. Again, requirement number 1, look for your temporary difference. Number 2, look for your income tax expense. Compute for your income tax expense. Number 3, compute for your deferred tax benefit. Number 4, compute for your current tax expense. Your 2 minutes starts now. Again, your accounting profit is 5,000 and your taxable profit is 6,200.
Sorry, how much po ulit yung tax rate?
30%. Okay? So, what's your answer for requirement number 1 for your temporary difference? So, taxable profit is 6,200 and your accounting profit is 5,000. So, alin yung mas malaki? Yung taxable profit mo. So, ang temporary difference mo is 1,200 pesos. So, kung mapapansin mo, ang gagamitin natin is your deferred tax benefit. Okay? Your deferred tax benefit. Now, let's compute. Let's multiply it by 30%. So, your accounting profit is 5,000 multiplied by 30%. It is how much? 1,500. Right? How about your deferred tax benefit? Since it is 1,200,
60.
360. Next, your current tax expense. Your current tax expense,
1,860.
1,860. Next, number 2. Okay? Your number 2, your accounting profit is 85,000 pesos. 85,000 pesos. And your tax profit or
Recording in progress.
are you done? Are you done? Okay. $200 and what do you get? Income deferred tax benefit or income deferred tax expense?
Expense po. Expense po.
Deferred tax expense. And how much is your deferred tax expense?
7,360.
7,360. And then next you also have your current tax expense.
19,840.
19,840. Okay? So, okay na tayo dito sa ating income tax expense. Okay? Tuloy ko pa ba? Okay. Sige. PAS number 16, which is the PPE. Okay? Yung sa PPE, malala yung ginawa natin dyan nung nakaraan. So, ano ba yung mga PPE natin? Of course, it is a tangible asset. It is used for a normal course of operation. And of course, more than 1 year yung capability niya or yung usage niya. Okay? Or also known as long-term siya. So sa properties, alam naman natin that it appreciates. Commonly, it appreciates yung ating mga properties, especially our land. But how about on our buildings or our warehouses? It also depreciates. So I've already taught you how to do the computation of that. Now, later na yun. So sa plant naman, again, may itinuro na rin ako sa inyo on how you will be computing the bearing and non-bearing bearing and non-bearing, kung paano niya siya i-compute. So, on a particular basis, gaano ba kadami yung ibinibigay niya on the business, on the normal course? Ilang years ba yung capability niya to bear fruits? At doon naman sa mga non-bearing, ilang percentage ba yung itinataas niya based on the market? Okay? Based on the market, gaano ba kamahal or nagmamahal siya every year. So magkano yung interest niya na idadagdag natin doon sa ating plan. Pagdating naman sa equipment, of course, equipment and machineries, we also get our carrying amount of this too. Okay. So simulan natin sa ating equipment. I have an equipment. My purchase cost on him, okay? Ang equipment ko, ang purchase cost ko is 15,000. 15,000 yung purchase cost ko. Ginamit ko or tinrial ko siya. Siyempre, nung nagkaroon ako ng trial, para malaman ko kung okay yung equipment ko, is 2,500. Okay? 2,500. Next, yung delivery cost ko. Yung delivery cost ko, para makarating siya sa akin, is 2,000 pesos. How much is your acquisition cost? How much is your acquisition cost?
Magkano ulit yung delivery cost?
2,000. So I purchased it by 15,000. Nagkaroon ako ng trial cost na 2,500 and nagkaroon ako ng delivery cost na 2,000 pesos. So magkano ang total acquisition cost ko?
19,500 po.
19,500. Now, may salvage value ako. Ang salvage value ko is 4,500. Yung equipment ko is useful within 5 years. Magkano yung annual depreciation ko?
Magkano po ulit? Sorry.
4,500 yung salvage value ko. And then, ang useful years ng aking equipment ay 5 years. How much is my annual depreciation? Para may narinig na akong tamang sagot. 3,000 pesos. Paano po siya nakuha? Yung ating salvage value, inilas natin siya sa acquisition cost, and then nakuha natin yung 15,000. Yung 15,000 divided by 5, that is your annual depreciation. Okay? Your annual depreciation. Okay? Now, for second one, I have my building. I purchased a building, a brand new building. Ang worth niya is 28,500,000. 28,500,000. Upon transferring, gumastos ako sa kanya ng 1.5 million for the transfer and the licenses and everything. How much is my acquisition cost?
30 million po.
30 million. I don't have any salvage value. And my building will be, or ang kanyang pinaka-useful years is 20 years. How much is my annual depreciation?
1.5.
1.5 million pesos. Ha? Okay. Any question about this topic? Oh, next, isa pa. I purchased a vehicle. Okay? Nag-purchase ako ng vehicle. Yung purchase ko sa vehicle is 100,000 pesos. 100,000 pesos. Licenses and permit, 5,000 pesos. And the salvage value of my vehicle is 5% of my acquisition cost. Again, the salvage value of my vehicle is 5% of my acquisition cost. Now, the useful years of my vehicle is 5 years. How much is my annual depreciation?
Magkano po yung
Alin po?
1,050 po.
Pakilagay ako sa ating chat box ang sagot.
Ma'am, ilang years po ulit po? Sorry.
5 years. You have your answers already? You have your answers already?
Yes, ma'am.
How much is your answer? 19,900? 950. Next. Fourth scenario na ba? Fifth. Fourth. So, fourth scenario, nagpatayo ka ng building. On the first year, your building cost is 12,850,000. 12,850,000. Second year, your total cost or the total cost of your building is 21,375,500. $21,375,500. On the 30th month, again, on the 30th month, wag na pala. On the 30th month, your building cost is 30,990,900. Again, 30,990,900. The useful life of your building is 20 years. With a residual value of 5 million pesos. How much is your annual depreciation? Ready? Ready po? Hindi pa ata. Mas gusto ko. Okay. How much is your book value? Mga anak.
Yung 30
5
million,
million
990,
po.
ma'am. 900.
Ha? Diretso na tayo. How much is your depreciation cost? Ay, annual depreciation. How much is your annual depreciation?
1,299,545.
Who are you?
Same po
Values,
sa
ma'am.
sagot ko.
How about the
Values po.
others? How about the others?
3,10,820 po.
Sino yung nagsagot ng 3 million?
Ako po, ma'am.
Who are you?
Lorena po.
Miguel. Miguel,
Yes
bakit
po,
ganyan
ma'am.
yung sagot mo?
Ang ginawa ko po kasi, ma'am, is inad ko po lahat ng cost from building cost po yung first year, second, and third. Then, tsaka ko po inilis yung residual value niya. Then, dinivide ko po sa 20 years.
Okay. Let me correct you, anak, ha? Kasi yung 30,990,900, that is the total cost of your building already. You don't have to add the first year and the second year. Okay? Kumbaga,
Okay po, ma'am. Thank you.
nung ginagawa yung building nung first year at saka nung second year, gano'n na yung value nung mismong building. Okay? So, yun yung tatandaan mo, ha. Kapag ginagawa siya or ikaw yung nag-construct sa kanya, titingnan mo kung magkano yung pinaka-last cost niya or yung pinaka-value niya sa huli. Okay? Hindi mo na ipag-a-add yung first year, second year, at saka yung remaining years or remaining period. Okay? So, ang
Thank you,
sagot
ma'am.
ang sagot natin is 1,299,545. Okay? Tupe.
Yes, ma'am.
Ako'y magpapaalam sa inyo. Ako'y pinatawag kasi nung isa kong boss. Ako'y magpo-post pa ng, alam niyo naman kung saan makikita yung mga videos or video lectures. I will be posting something about investment and associate and EPS computation doon sa pinagpo-postan ko ng video. Pag-aralan niyo siya or isa siya sa mga aralin ninyo para sa quali. Doon kayo mag-focus. Kung ano yung mga ipopost ko pa. Yung lahat ng diniscuss ngayon na may computation, doon kayo mag-focus for qualifying exam. Kasi masyadong malawak yung buong CFAS. Kung aaralin mo siya, baka hindi mo na maaral yung ibang subject. Rest assured na kung ano man yung mga pinagsasabi ko ngayon at kung ano yung mga pinakompute ko sa inyo ngayon, yan at yan din ang lalabas para sa qualifying exam ninyo. Okay? Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much po, ma'am. Ayun. So, guys, sobrang init talaga, no? Dumagdag pa yung mga computation ni ma'am sa sobrang init. And yeah, ma'am, gusto ko pong officially magpasalamat po sa inyo, ma'am, sa time na binigay niyo po sa amin. Although, alam po namin na sobrang busy niyo po ngayon. And ayun nga, no, guys, ayun, I really appreciated po, Ma'am Quijada po, kung paano nyo po talaga diniscuss sa amin yung CFAS, no? Yung mga discussions po namin before na sobrang hirap talaga i-tackle, no? Ma'am, na bigyan nyo naman po kami ng general idea kung ano po ba meron dito sa mga concepts and theories po ng CPAS. So ayun ma'am, maraming salamat po. But yes, sabi nga po ni ma'am, sobrang lawak ng concept talaga ng CPAS. So guys, kung meron man kayong clarification or mga questions kay ma'am about dun sa diniscuss siya kanina, pwede na po kayong magtanong, mag-raise hand lang po kayo, and then we were going to answer your questions po. Raise lang po kayo ng hand. Hello guys.